Let's talk for a moment. Something that I have said a lot here and in real life is I tell people to ask questions. And you should. Let's be absolutely fair here. You should ask questions. You should ask a lot of questions. You want to know something? Ask how. You want to know why we do something? Ask why. You want to know who something is? Ask who. And that's fair. But something we don't talk about as much as we should is who should you ask? Seriously, who should you ask? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, first of all, there's the usual breakdown. Let's just kind of do the quick rundown here. If you have questions about heavy weapons combat, by definition, you can ask a knight if you run into one. That a knight traditionally is denoted by a white belt, or a master at arms. That's traditionally noted by the white baldric, the leather belt that goes shoulder to hip. If you have questions about rapier, you can ask a Master of Defense. They have a white collar with a Master of Defense medallion on. If you have questions about the arts and sciences, you can look around and ask for a laurel and see if that laurel can answer your questions. Now, with laurels, a lot of them are discipline specific, or they have a narrow field of disciplines they're interested in, so it may not be your discipline that you're asking about. But still, a lot of questions can still be answered by laurels. The laurel, of course, wear a medallion strung from some sort of necklace or mantle around their neck, and it has the laurel's wreath on it. If you have questions about leadership or work or officership, generally speaking, you can ask a pelican. And again, a pelican wears a medallion, and it's a pelican. On the medallion carries an emblem of a pelican plucking its breast, feeding its young with blood from its own chest. That's part of the mythos of the pelican, and you can ask someone about that if you want more details on the story. So that's the peers. You can also ask your landed baron and baroness if you have them, if you live in a barony. You can ask past landeds. You can ask people who've been playing a long time, senior members. How do you know how long they've been playing? You can ask that. You can go to an officer and ask them if you want. You can ask a lot of things of an officer, because part of a lot of officers' jobs is to know some of the basics. You can always go to a seneschal. That part of their job, part of a seneschal's job is to know the fundamentals of a lot of these things and to answer those questions. You can go to a hospitaller. Part of their job, by definition, is answering questions for new or developing members. You can go to... There's a lot of people you can go to, and I could go down this list for an hour. What I want you to do, though, is I want you to just pick up enough so that when you have a question, it doesn't result in you locking up and just saying, well, I don't know. I don't know who to ask. I don't know how to ask. I've seen it happen. It happens a lot. That's a really bad reason to stop what you're doing or not go down a certain path, because it's very easy to be intimidated. It's very easy to be intimidated of asking a question. It's very easy to feel like, I've been playing for a year now, I should know this stuff. As little as we talk about stuff, I mean, whether or not you should or shouldn't know something, that's a discussion we can have. But if we never talk about it, if we never talk about who the expert is or who's done what, or we never point out this is so-and-so who we're always talking about, and you don't realize that you know them, you're not responsible for that. That's on us for not saying more. That's on us for not explaining more. My point here isn't to enumerate which person for which question. My point here is that the next time you have a question and you don't know the answer to it, you can look at who's around you and pick out the best person to ask. Is there a peer around? Is there a landed noble? Is there an officer? All else fails, start with one of those. And ask. What do you got to lose? Chances are you'll get an answer out of it. So, I know that sounds simple, and for a lot of you, that's kind of a no duh moment, to be fair, but I've met plenty of people that these are good, smart people, and we just never bothered to stop and tell them, hey, this is how you get the answers you need. So, there you go. I want you to take that, I want you to process that, and remember it next time you have a big question so you can know who to walk up to and get answers from. Till next time, I'll see you at the next event. Goodbye. God bless.